All right, all right. Welcome to the Strong Side Podcast. My name's Mitchell Black, and I'm your host. And today I'm rolling solo. So today we're going to cover the topic of mindset matters. This is something that's extremely important to me, something that I think is very valuable, and something that I think that you can use in your mission and what you're trying to do in your life, from the gym, from inside the gym, outside the gym, personal development, weight loss. It lives a lot in your noggin, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. Now, before we get rocking and rolling this podcast, as always, please remember there are no paid ads on this podcast. All right. All I want you to do is, if you like it, maybe you share it with a buddy, you give us a 5-star review, you give us a thumbs up, something that would just be amazing. All right. This is live streamed on our Facebook, on our YouTube, and on our Instagram. So if you're watching right now, you can comment questions and I will answer them as we go through this. So look, I just want to take a couple minutes of your time. I got a little list here that I'm going to prop up. I'm a big list guy. And, oh man, hey, if you guys haven't tried this yet, we just got this new drink. If you're on the camera, you can see it. It was Alma, A-L-A, and it's in cursive. I don't know, but it's good. And it's mimosa flavored. So that's what I'm drinking. And this isn't even a paid ad. Check that out. Yummy. All right, man, check that out next time you're in the gym. But mindset matters. That's today's topic. Look, where you're at in your mental state truly, truly matters to you getting to your goal. And when I say goal, I want to use the word success. You need to have a way to measure that. When we say success, too many people think of too many different things. Oh, this person's successful in life. This person is rich in life. What most people just think like money or something like that. No, like success can be so many different things. It's what you define as successful. Being rich, that doesn't have to be just money. That's like a rich, fulfilled life. Are you rich on the inside? Are you rich in your goals? Are you rich in what you're trying to accomplish and achieve? That's what matters. So the reason that I use the term success is because you can measure it. So when you're setting goals and you're going after what you want to do, I would encourage you to say, hey, am I being successful? Is this going to get me where I want to go? Because when you use that term of success, you can define whether you've achieved the goal or not. And I use the term winning. I know, like, when you look at that, you say, well, wait a minute. What does that mean, winning? For you to win at something, you have to know where you're at, where you're trying to go, and the check marks along the way. You can't win at something if you don't have an end goal. You can't win at something if you don't have a stepping stone along the way to show you if you're doing it. That's really, really important. So whatever you're trying to do in life, in the gym, personal development, you need to say, all right, look, dude, I'm trying to be successful. Okay, well, what does that mean? It means I need to win at something. Well, what are you trying to win at? What's my goal? What am I trying to do? And what are the steps along the way to help me get there? That's number one. So when you say, hey, I want to lose weight, I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay. I want to lose 4 pounds this month. That's how you start, that's how you start making check marks and crossing things off. So you want to commit to being successful, and then you want to define success by having winning tasks along the way. All right. Now, as you're going through this, when you're saying, oh, mindset matters. Okay, great. Your mindset needs to be extremely positive. I cannot express that enough, how confident in positivity you need to be. Positivity is not denial. All right. What I'm saying is that we all like to lie to ourselves. We rarely lie to others, but we love lying to ourselves on how early I'm going to get up this morning. Okay, maybe not. I'm going to hit the snooze alarm. I'm going to stay up late and I'm going to work. Okay, great. But too often we lie to ourselves with the obvious, like I just said, or maybe it's the not obvious. Maybe you create mental barriers for yourself right out of the gate. You say, I can't do this. I'm not a fast reader. I can't run. Math is hard for me. I just can't eat well. I got, too many kids. I work too often. My schedule's too crazy. I can't go work out, whatever. You are just making the decision to rationalize the reason that you can't do what you want to do. That's really what you're doing. And it's negative on yourself. Too often we think that negativity is you're fat. You're a loser. You're ugly. Like, no, most people aren't using those terms often. And if they do, they know that that's wrong. But being positive is about committing to finding a way. Being positive is not putting yourself down. Being positive is saying, look, I don't really know how I'm going to get there, but I'm so committed that I'm going to find out a way to reach my goal as I'm going. Positivity is huge rather than just saying, oh man, I sucked in that workout today. Like, think about that for a minute. That workout sucks. How can something that makes you better suck? How is that possible? It's not. You're just creating a term, a wall in your head of what is stopping you from reaching your goal. Like, you're almost committed to negativity more than you're committed to positivity. I can't jump rope. Okay. Did you, maybe just today was your first time and you're not the best at it. What happened if we continuously practice that? You see how that works? And it sticks in you. And if you ingrain that negativity in your brain, you're always going to put hurdles on yourself, because everything that you do will be, I can't. I can't is really just a commitment to not find how to, is what I can't means. When you say I can, then, or I'm not there yet, or I'm going to be there, you're starting to wiggle through life and you're starting to push through the storm to get where you want to go. You can be extremely positive and not be delusional in your goals at the same time. So I need you to really, really say, all right, look, mindset matters when I'm trying to reach my goal, and I got to be positive about where I'm going to go. And you're going to start finding all this negativity and how you want to push yourself down and how you want to be negative on yourself, and you can't. You're going to have to be positive even in the midst of negativity. When things get hard and you address a workout, you address a food that you don't want to eat, or it's late at night and you really want some ice cream, you know what that is? It's negativity. And that negativity's got to get out. Negativity will kill everything. It is just the biggest devil ever. And you got to get it out. All right. I need you to visualize where you're going to be. That's another big thing with mindset. When you remember what I said in the beginning, you want to commit to success. Well, you have to define what success is. I want to work out 4 times this week. That's success. That's also a win. You're being a winner because you're doing something that you said you were going to do. You didn't fall into negativity and go, oh, my schedule's too busy. Like, dude, gyms are open 24/7. You're just making a decision not to. You don't even have to go to the gym. You can gladly work out at home. None of that's a big deal. Is that us? I don't know. I just interrupted the podcast because somebody just tried to deliver me McDonald's, and no, I didn't get McDonald's. All right. But either way, so I've never been trying to get delivered McDonald's before. But yeah, anyways, back on track. Okay, so you got to visualize where you want to go. All right. And what I mean by that is if you're not where you want to be, whether that's, I don't care what, pick something, finances, spiritually, mentally, physically, you have to make a decision to be there, and you have to already make a belief in yourself that you are there. All right. So here's what I want you to do. If you're going to write down your goals, I would strongly encourage you to do that. And I want you to write down that you're there. If you weigh 200 pounds and you want to weigh 170 pounds, don't write down your goals and say, I want to weigh 170 by this day. No, write it down like you're there. I weigh 170 pounds. I used to do that all the time, not only with my weight loss. If you guys have never met me or whatever, I weigh less now than when I was 13. I was 5'5" and 200 pounds. Today I'm 6 feet and like 170, 175. And it was never, I'm going to weigh this. It's that I do weigh this. I weigh 170. I've done the Ironman triathlon. I was saying that to myself before I ever completed it. I'm not lying to people. Definitely don't go out there and say something you haven't done, but to yourself, when you're writing down your goals, I write down my goals every single day. What do I want to accomplish? All right. But it's written, I have 3 strong side gyms. All right. I I've done my second Ironman triathlon. These are all things that I'm working on trying to make happen, but I'm writing it down as a commitment to myself because I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to create a barrier or a hurdle for myself to go ahead and snap off the chance of me reaching my goal. I'm not trying to rationalize why I can't do something. I'm trying to figure out how to get to where I need to go. You commit to the success. You commit to, I'm going to lose the 30 pounds. So just go ahead and make it a real thing. All right. And you go ahead and you write it down as is. And when you can visualize yourself there, then it's much easier to get to. And I'm not talking about some like meditation. If you're into that, that's cool. That just ain't me. I'm not talking about sitting down for 30 minutes and in a quiet room and one day I'm going to get there. No, I'm saying visualize the action so you can go be actionable and intentional on your goals. Make up anything you want. I make $1 million a year. Cool, bro. That's $86,000 a month. Figure it out. Don't write, one day I'm going to be rich. No, dude, write it down right now, and every day your commitment will follow. I've run a marathon in 2021. Great. Every day you're going to train your brain. You get what I'm saying? You're implanting things in your brain to push yourself to the next level is what you're doing. You're not going to the world and lying to the world that you've done something. What I'm saying is if you don't do this, you're going to be lying to yourself. Yeah, I was going to run that marathon, but I made up a bunch of excuses on why I couldn't do it. I was going to lose the 30 pounds, but I don't know. I just kind of ran into a bunch of excuses. Stop lying to yourself, dude. You got to write your goals down. Write your goals down every single day. I'll share that. You know what got me to write my goals down every day is I forget the guy's name. I got to go look up his name, but I remember the story. For the 96 Olympics, when they were in Atlanta, this dude ran track and field. And in the 92 Olympics, he got murdered. He didn't do well at all. And his goal was the 96 Olympics. So everywhere in his house, he wrote 96 Olympics on his rearview mirror, on a Post-it note, on his car, on his cabinets. When he would get like his breakfast in the morning, you have to open it, big sticker, 96 Olympics, 96 Olympics everywhere, 96 Olympics. And that dude went out and he ran track and field. And it was 2 or 3 events. And he got a gold medal in every single one because he committed to it. He didn't say, oh, I hope I make maybe one day. No, dude, it was a conversation with him and his self about what he's going to do. 96 Olympics, 96 Olympics, over and over and over again. He knew what that meant. He's not lying to himself about, I'm going to say maybe because that way if something else comes up, I'll have a good excuse on why I was not able to do that. No, 96 Olympics, 96 Olympics. What is your 96 Olympics? That's what I'm saying, is you got to commit to what you want to do. Not later, not now, right now. You got to commit to your personal success. And then you're going to have action items around that. And the reason that's so important is because what I keep saying, you will keep lying to yourself on why you didn't do this today or whatever. You got to commit to it. Now that rolls into this piece of energy, all right? What we're really talking about is a level of energy. You have amazing potential. And that's a compliment and a put down all at the same time. Because when somebody says, oh, you have potential, that means, I guess you're good at something that you're not going to do or never have done. But it means you could do it. So yeah, it's kind of like it's a build up and a put down all at the same time. But you have energy. And that energy is going to go somewhere. And I'm not even really talking about like meditation, like I talked about earlier. I'm not talking about philosophical energy. I'm talking about you have real energy and it's going to go somewhere. And it's going to go in one of 3 areas. It's going to go into nothing. That's an option. You can take 0 action. You can definitely do that. You can overanalyze to the point of procrastination. You can try to be perfect in everything, and you'll probably try to do everything, but you actually won't do anything. So, or you can be scared. You can not do anything. You can recede. So you can take all your energy and do nothing. You can watch a lot of Netflix. You can whatever. You can take a mild amount of action. No, those are the almost people. I almost did this. I almost ran the marathon. I almost made the 96 Olympics. I was gonna buy this house, but then I didn't. I was gonna join the gym, but I didn't. Like, I was gonna, I was gonna squat 300 pounds, but I was like, You might get close to it, but not really. What you really want to do is pivot all your energy into massive action. Massive action is extremely difficult because of that word action. Try to measure everything that you do every day. Try to see if you can get a yes or no on everything that you're going to do for the day. I'm going to brush my teeth every day for a year. See if you can make that happen. You know how hard that is? I know I've missed a day brushing my teeth, and it's a simple task like brushing your teeth. What about the hard task? What about I want to work out 4 or 5 days a week? What about I want to eat well? I'm not going to have alcohol. I want to save this many dollars. I want to make this much money. I want to make something up, right? There's a difference between a good idea and a plan. A goal without a deadline is just a good idea. That's the difference. You got to take all that energy, you got to push it. It's not like you have to create energy. I mean, that's literally a law of physics, that energy cannot be created or destroyed. You have this energy. It's just, where is the energy going? Is the energy going into absolutely zero action that maybe you're unmotivated, maybe if I haven't had your purpose, whatever, is going into mild action, you're just doing the minimum. That way you can take the extra energy and push it into Netflix? Or are you taking everything and obsessing about your goal to get to your action of what you want to do? And that's so important, because your goals are your goals, dude. It is for you. How are you supposed to be successful in your life, feel good about yourself, without doing good things for you? Wouldn't that be really hard to try to do a bunch of stuff and fail at everything that you do because you didn't hold yourself accountable to reaching your goal? That would be really miserable in life. How about everything you do, you try to execute at a high enough level? I don't care what that is. Brush your teeth every day. Maybe you start there. Do you know how hard that is? Maybe it's go for a 30-minute walk. Holding yourself accountable and pushing attention into massive action. And I need you to make a goal. This is where it gets super fun and super challenging at the same time. Make a goal of what you want to do. What are you thinking about right now? And I want you to make that goal, and I want you to write it down. And then every time a decision pops up that does not align with that goal, you don't get to do that. That's how you actually reach your goal. And that sounds cool, and it sounds motivating, and it sounds like, oh man, I'm going to do that, until you realize just how stinking hard that is. And I'll share an example with you. Long friend of mine, she called me up. She said, hey, I would like to just meet with you, pick your brain. I want to, talk about just elevating my career as a personal trainer. So we sit down and we have this meeting and we're talking, and she's doing like all these things. And I said, okay, well, what do you want to do? What's mission critical number one? And she said, I want to build an online presence. I want to, do like digital training and stuff like that. I said, okay, that's awesome. You're doing digital training. You're driving to people's houses right now and you're training them privately. And she's listing off like three or four other things she's doing. And it's spreading her too thin. She doesn't have enough bandwidth, and she doesn't have any employees. So it's literally only her. And I was like, look, I know this is hard. I know you want to try to do everything, but you're actually not doing anything. You're probably making less money because you're trying to do everything. You need to pick one thing. I said, what's that one thing? And she said, all right, the digital thing, right? I said, this is where it gets hard. You got to pick that goal. And anything that doesn't align with that goal, you can't do it. She said, what does that mean? And I said, the next time you get a phone call and somebody says, I want to pay you $800 a month to drive to my house and train me one-on-one, you know what the answer to that is? No. And she was like, wait, $800, that's like my rent. I said, I know, but it's still a no. Because you're committed to the task. You don't want to train people in your home. You just told me that you want to build an online presence, a digital platform for your training. So anything that goes against that goal, you cannot do. You are not playing the I want to reach my goals maybe game. You're not playing the I want to reach my goals quick and easy game. You're playing the I want to reach my goals for sure game is what you're doing. I want to lose 30 pounds. Your buddy calls you up and says, let's get wasted tonight. No. I want to get in the best shape of my life because my kids deserve it. It's Friday night. You've been stressed. Chicken wings looking pretty good. The answer is no. You got to pick your goal. What are you trying to do? And if you want to be upset about how long it's taking you to reach your goal because of the lack of attention and energy that you're putting into massive action, that's on you. But you got to understand that the frustration is on you. If you really want to reach your goal, I don't care what that is, you got to be serious about it. And serious about it is not the effort and the energy in the gym. It's the attention that you pay to your choices. That's what everybody wants to do. They want to come in the gym. They want to work really hard for an hour. That's a big part. I'm telling, dude, that's a big part, because not only is it the fitness and the calories that you're going to burn every hour, but it's the community that holds you accountable. And absolutely, but you got to be committed and have an understanding of what's going to happen outside of the gym when choices pop up. And if those choices do not directly align with your goal, they got to go. Because you're also going to do that with people. You're going to start realizing that you might outgrow certain people in your life. And dependent on how important your goals are, it might not be the right scenario for you. You might have those situational friends that, well, we only hang out when we drink. Well, we only hang out when we party. Well, we only hang out when we go and eat bad. Like, why can't you just have a friend that like supports you and wants you to do well and wants you to do other things? Those are the people that you're trying to surround yourself with. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend your most time with. Promise. You know that whole positivity thing that I said in the beginning? I want you to go look at your last 10 text messages. Go see the last 10 people that you interacted with on a text message, and I want you to see how much positivity or how much negativity was going on in your life. If you look at the last 10, you might be thinking, I'm a really, really positive person, and you might be. But when you're putting yourself in a bad situation because 6 out of the last 10 people you text was complaining and whining, and you feel like you're building these people up, dude, it just ain't going to work. And if you don't want to look at your text messages, go look at your last 10 Facebook posts. On the last 10 times you updated your Facebook status, was it making people better? Was it empowering people? Or was it complaining about something that you can't control? Think about that. That's what I mean by positivity. It's the very first thing I talked about in this episode. Being positive is not about being in denial. It's not about floating through life and going, oh, one day this might work out. No. It's not woe is me. It's commitment to, dude, I can't take care of anybody if I'm not good. I got charities I want to help, a church I want to build. I got a business or a family. Name all these things that you might have in your life. Think about all the people out there trying to raise money for something, to help a good cause. If you're not good, you can't help other people be good. Positivity is a huge part of that. Visualization is key. You have to have the right mindset on visualizing yourself on where you want to go. I understand that doing a burpee is probably the most intimidating, most challenging thing for you right now. You might have never worked out in 30 years. You might be 75 pounds overweight, have type 2 diabetes, and a bad hip. Great. Visualize yourself doing the burpee. It doesn't mean you're going to do a burpee tomorrow. But if right now you're going, I can't, I won't, I did not, this is not going to happen for me. Yeah, you just made a decision that it's not. It's not about being reasonable. It's about visualizing where you want to go. And that visualization piece is a massive piece, because you're going to have that energy like I was talking about. And you're going to have all this energy. I'm getting excited. I want to go work out. I want to change my life. Great energy. Okay, what if you start making those bad decisions? I can't, I won't, I didn't, it's too hard, whatever. Oh, I'm going to pivot all that energy into zero action. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to be in the same spot every single year, and I'm going to be frustrated and unknowing of why I'm not reaching my goals, because every single time I try to reach my goal, I give myself a reason on why I can't do it. You can pivot that same energy into mild action. That's like checking the box, dude. Nobody wants to do that. That is the most disadvantageous thing that you can do, is just going through the motions. It's terrible. You'll get depressed. I've been there. Every time that I don't feel like I'm reaching my potential, I legit get depressed. I'm not talking about a sad day. I mean, like, to the point where I feel like my dog knows that I'm depressed because he comes up and leans on me. I have to be pushing so hard into myself and leaning into the future of whatever that means for me. Legit story. I suck at doing the dishes. I'm terrible at doing dishes, and I didn't even know that you could put a fork in the dishwasher the wrong way. I didn't even know that was possible, but my wife made me very aware that that is possible. And it's just like retraining my brain, right? And I had to commit so hard to understand the right way that the freaking fork goes in the dishwasher. Because it's not for me, it's for her. But what I'm saying about that is that's the same deal. I have to be positive. I have to visualize what that means. If you can't do the small things right, you can't do the big things right. I had somebody tell me one time that if you can't do the dishes right, you can't run a Fortune 500 company right. And that punched me in the mouth because I was like, dude, if you can't put the fork in the dishwasher the right way for your wife, how are you supposed to run 3 gyms? How are you supposed to train all these people? I was like, dang, dude, you're right. How you do anything is how you do everything. And just checking the box is the most disadvantageous thing that you could do in your life. You got to put as much energy into cleaning a dish and putting it in the dishwasher as you do folding the laundry, as you do working out. Everything is about winning. That's what I said in the beginning. You got to define success. What does that mean for you? And then you have to know where you're at and where you want to go along the way so you can be a winner. If you just do things to do them with no real check marks, it's not real commitment. I want you to make that goal. I want you to write it down and be actionable about it. I am 175 pounds. I did run a marathon. I do make however much money you want to make. I drive this car. I don't know what your goals are, all right? But if you don't do that, you're really just lying to yourself because you're going to come up with a reason on why you can't do it rather than writing down why you did do it. And you're going to push hard into that space to reach your goal. All right. Now, as you're doing that, like I said in the beginning, or like I said a couple minutes ago, last piece, man, close that social circle. Figure out who you're hanging out with. So most of you guys know this. I raced motocross my whole life growing up. And there was a dude, and I wasn't by any means like the grand scheme of motocross or anything, but I was decent. I got to hang out with some really great people. And there's this dude, Ricky Carmichael, and he was the winningest rider ever. The best dude to ever throw a leg over a motorcycle, ever. Dominated everything. He was the first guy to go an entire season without losing a race. That's how good he was. And I remember one time he told me, I was like, how do you do this? How do you stay on top for that long? You never lose a race in a whole season. And he said, you have to be very picky about who you hang out with. You have to be very picky about who you hire. And you have to be very picky about who you surround yourself with. Because the second that you start deviating off what they think is their path, you're not going to have support. You're always going to have that little casting stones hater mindset. And that's not what we're after. We're after constantly proving. And he told me that when I was 15, 16, and that has stuck with me my whole life, being very aware of what you hear around you. And is it making you better? And it's not a put down on the other people. It's just that if we're not better, how are we going to help other people be better? And trying to level up and find yourself. You want to frequently find yourself the dumbest person in the room. You do not want to be the smartest person in the room. You need a new room if you think you're the smartest person in the room. That's going to help you push into the next level. All right. And that's what I mean about mindset. That's the whole thing around here. This is not some philosophical sit there for 30 minutes and meditate. Again, if that's on you, if you love doing that, I want you to get it. I'm just telling you, my perspective on mindset is where I visualize myself on where I want to be. When I write down my goals and I think in my head, I'm already there. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to give myself an excuse on why I can't achieve that. So set your goals. Anything that doesn't align with that goal, it's got to go. It's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done, but it'll be the most rewarding thing you've ever done. All right. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. You can head over to the website, the-strongside.com. Pick yourself up a 7-day pass. Come in here. We're open 7 days a week, 13, 14 classes a day. It's ridiculous, but we're all about making people better. And I just want to give you a platform and empower you to help empower others so we can grow mentally, physically, spiritually. Spiritually doesn't have to be a religious thing. It can be you in you. That's what that means. How's my soul? Do I feel fulfilled? And if the answer is no, you need to go rewind this podcast and do a whole bunch of steps that I just gave you. All right. So let's rock and roll. Let's crush the day. Happy Thursday. Thanks for listening to this podcast.